What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we need to talk about Monolith Productions. Talk about if they're going to DC Fandom, which it certainly seems like they are. I'll explain why, and also why would they be doing something so crazy, right? So we're going to talk about that all in this video. Really quickly, before I jump into this, I do want to promote my Twitter. Podcast Now 15 is my Twitter handle. If you guys have not yet followed me, I tend to give updates on what the newest videos are going to be. Engage with you guys over there as well. The link for it will be in the description below, but again, Podcast Now 15 is my Twitter username. All right, let's jump into this. So pretty small overall. There's literally, in my opinion, or from what I've found, there is one thing to go off of. Now, one thing that I think would be kind of useful too is if there's any detectives out there, okay? I know that when DC Fandom did their, okay, this is our guest list, people did find, okay, here's somebody from Warner Bros. Montreal, here's somebody from Rocksteady, right? We've talked about that in past videos. If there's somebody from Monolith that somebody can dig up, if you guys are feeling like you're bored one day, definitely give it a go and let me know if you find anybody. But the only thing we have besides that, if that is, something we can find, is when Suicide Squad was announced. Okay, when Rocksteady announced Suicide Squad, Monolith Productions retweeted it and also wrote, "See you there." Now, again, I get it. You're saying, Alex, you made this whole video on 3 words, "See you there." It was literally 3 words that caused this video to happen. But in all honesty, I do want to thank Iceblade too, because he sent this over to me. So, this is something small, I guess. I could also be reading into it wrong, but at the same time, I'm not an English major. I'm not an English teacher. I'm not anything English-wise, okay? You guys can even tell by the way I make videos. I mean, I talk very, very fast, and I'm not that great at even speaking English, even though English is the only language I know. But when you say "see you there," most time, in my opinion, most times that means you're going to be there. You know what I mean? Like, it literally, I feel like, in definition of the word, you're going to be there, and you're saying, oh, okay, I'm going, and I'll see you while I'm also there, okay? Now, I guess, like, I've tweeted out before, like, "see you guys there," and maybe that was, like, the wrong way of me saying it, right? When it's like, okay, well, I'm not actually going there. But yet again, DC Fandom, you are going. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's that virtual kind of the room. Like, it's basically a gaming experience, right? So I could be wrong here, okay? I could absolutely understand if the DC Fandom happens and Monolith simply meant, like, we're going to be watching along with you, right? Like, we're excited to see what's there. We're excited to see this Suicide Squad trailer. But in all honesty, and normally for something like this, I do want to remain, and I talk to you guys all the time, right? Where it's like, over the past year, I think I've gotten better at trying not to hype myself up as much, or trying to say, okay, well, let's look at it that it's probably not going to happen. That way we're not being disappointed. But for something like this, I don't know. It really, in my opinion, it really seems like they're saying we're going to. Now, let's assume for fun of this video, okay, that they are going. We spent 3 minutes talking about what the word "see you there" actually means. So hopefully you guys got, the best out of that time. And now we need to talk about why would they be going. So Middle-earth, Lord of the Rings, that kind of franchise is not DC, in case anybody didn't know, right? Same reasoning why, like, Harry Potter, right? I've seen those leaks that have been out for Harry Potter, for Rocksteady's game, which is Suicide Squad, and then the Batman game, and people have been asking me, like, do you think these leaks are real? I don't, because Harry Potter, it's not DC. I get that this is a big event for Warner Bros. And this, by the way, like, I'm telling this story, but it does apply to Monolith as well. This is a big deal for Warner Bros. But at the same time, you have other opportunities to announce your games. Like, there's even Lego Star Wars. Like, they're just going to do that on their own. In fact, over the next, like, last week to this week, like, somewhere in these next couple weeks, they're going to be announcing stuff about Lego Star Wars. So, like, it's not like they can't do it on their own. You know what I mean? So they have opportunities. Gamescom, right? I've talked about Gamescom being a potential opportunity. So again, why am I saying this? Well, if the game isn't DC, it's not going to DC Fandom. I would feel like that's kind of obvious, but again, all these leaks claiming for some reason Harry Potter's going, that doesn't really make sense. So when you think about Monolith, all right, well, their last 2 games were the 2 Middle-earth games, okay? Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. Now, I enjoyed both of them. I actually really liked, especially Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War, I never really played all that much. I got that game day one. I was super excited. I played a little bit. I played it for like a handful of hours, but within like a week or so after playing it, I just stopped. It wasn't really something that grabbed me like the first game did. And again, why am I saying all this? Well, you look at kind of the general audience's reaction to that game, and it wasn't all that great. This game definitely, I think, fractured their fan base. And remember, months and months and months ago, there were rumors of, well, firstly, there's rumors of an Xbox exclusive Superman game, which I don't believe. But there was also rumors that Monolith, again, makers of Shadow of the Middle Earth games, I keep saying Shadow of, but it's the Middle Earth games, that they're making this game. So we had that. I talked about that. I talked about how that's a possibility. You look at their job listings, they talk about a third-person, more of like an action-y game, but an open world, much in the line of Middle Earth. But if you read the job listings, which again, I mean, that's an older video, so it could definitely be outdated. But if you go back and watch that video, I remember talking about this. Like, if you read it thinking that it's a Middle Earth game, it makes sense. If you read it thinking it's a Superman game, it makes sense. You know what I mean? The job listings of what the actual, like, what you're going to be doing on the job, or what the game is basically going to be. If you're reading it for whatever you have pictured in your head, I think you can make it work. So the question is it a Middle Earth game? Is it the third Middle Earth game? Or is it a DC game? And at the time, I said, I don't know, but I really still think they're going to go back and finish the Middle Earth and do one more of those games. But as it keeps going on and on, again, see you there. Why, in God's name, would they be going there if they're not working on a DC game? So in my mind, I read that as, hey, we're going, and you know what? That Superman game that's been rumored, we may get it. Which, honestly, look, even if it's not Superman, by the way, no matter what it is, honestly, that's insane. Because I think the general, like, our anticipation of this event, okay, we're expecting the Batman game, okay. I think a lot of people, well, obviously now, are expecting the Suicide Squad game. Some people are still expecting the Batman game. Some people, I feel like, have just given up hope, but that will be there. Again, I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'm going to say that I really believe in my heart of hearts it's going to be there. So how outrageous, in a good way, by the way, would it be if we go to DC Fandom and we see not just Suicide Squad, because again, we're going to get a teaser trailer, not just the Batman game, okay, fully unveiled, but also a Monolith game, whatever that may be, whatever superhero game that may be. And then also, could Injustice 3 still be happening, right? We could end up getting, I know people have said, like, they may expect, like, 4 or 5 games. And, at the end of the day, I really only expected 2. I'm not going to hold my breath for Injustice 3, although that would be cool. I'm not going to hold my breath for anything. Even right now, I'm only expecting those 2. I'm expecting Suicide Squad and Batman. Anything else is like a cherry on top, okay? That's what it is to me. But I'm expecting those 2. But if we walk out of DC Fandom and we've seen 4 instead of 2, I mean, that is absolutely incredible. So I don't know. I mean, again, I want to not get myself hyped up, and I understand, obviously, with the audience I have, I get that I influence your a hype kind of level too, right? So I don't want to get you guys hyped up for something that ends up not happening. I haven't seen anybody, again, this was on Twitter. It didn't get a lot of likes. I mean, Monolith, they're kind of quiet, so it didn't really get much engagement on Twitter. I don't think anybody on YouTube has talked about this yet. So again, like, if you guys have come to me and you're saying, oh my God, like, could this be like the Superman game? I mean, it could. It definitely could. I just don't want to get expectations too high. But again, when you say see you there, yes, that could mean, like, you're going to be there and we're going to be watching you. So literally we will see you at DC Fandom. But at the same time, they're both studios owned by Warner Bros. And just the way that they said it definitely sounds like, hey, no, like, we're going to be there, like, we're going to be, like, next. I get it, it's all virtual, but, like, imagine it's like a Comic-Con, and they're, like, sitting next to each other. You would say, hey, see you there, because I'm going to be there, and you're going to be there next to me, you know what I mean? So that's how I read into it. Doesn't have to be that way, but we'll have to see. So, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Why are they going to DC Fandom? Are they going to DC Fandom? Do you think it's that Superman game? Let me know in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And again, follow me on Twitter if you guys have not yet already. Podcast Now 15. I'm having a ton of fun making these videos. I'm not stopping anytime soon. Videos daily on either Suicide Squad, on either Batman, on something a DC game related. At least one video a day, plus all the other game coverage that I bring on this channel as well. Okay? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all there.